Hi. Weird blue blockers. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. My old intros. Just trying to being stupid here for a second. Can't be stupid though. Life is serious. Coronavirus virus is attacking everybody. People are dying. Everywhere. It's going to get really bad. Martial law, vaccines. Life is very serious, huh? In duality. Anyway. Okay, so. Yeah. Let's talk about the word mindfulness. Present moment awareness. Whoa. How powerful. Mindfulness, present moment awareness, and how it's the most powerful thing you could ever do, because that's all there ever is. The present moment. And that's all that we ever don't do since we're born. We, as a child, when we're kind of aware and mindful, and then we lose it. We're never aware. We're never present, really. We're always in the past or the future. That fucks us up. Even if the future's good. It's no good. Even if your future's great. Cheers, Sarah. See you watching. Even if the future's brilliant. Which mine is, and yours should be, because you're a light worker. If you're spending all the time in the future, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment. You should be in the present, right? Because you're always chasing the next thing, the next book. I know this, man. I write books. I've got a lot of big shit to do in my life, ego stuff. But yeah, we spend so much time in the past or the future. Let me tell you a quick story of why it's going to be my lifelong mastery, and now, finally, I've known about it for a long time. Even before I got into physical health 3 years ago with physical health, with urine therapy that woke me up, I was severely fucked up, depressed and suicidal at my worst, hated people, wanted to blow people up, fucking hated people. Everyone! Family, everyone, people I didn't know, strangers, you're all gonna fucking die. Pay. At my lowest. And since I found out about the growth mindset that I could change and improve, one of the things before I got into physical health, fasting, urine therapy, I found about was facing my fears and mindfulness, meditation, and mindfulness, being present to the moment. So this stuff has always made sense to me, mindfulness, being present to the moment, and how we're never present to the moment, rarely. Let's be honest, people. Let's be really honest here. Even you guys that are watching this, you're never really present to the moment. How do I know? When you go talk to your friends, go and talk to your family, go and look at your children, are you seeing them as a fresh baby without your perceptions of them all the time, like fresh, like a little baby does, like a child does? You're probably not. So you're not. So you've all got work to do. If you're not, you've all got work to do. You might get glimpses, you might be quite deep into it and have many minutes and maybe hours, but are you 24/7 walking around, looking at everything with fresh eyes, the trees, the tablets, the computers, other people, interactions with them as you're walking? Are you going, whoa, look at my body, is it doing this shit? Oh, and you go to the birds, whoa, look at that sound, I've never heard it before. You have heard it before. That's the power of mindfulness. It's hearing things that are not new for the first time, because you're leaving behind your preconceptions and going above that to a level of vibration. It's a challenge to go back to being a baby and a child and how they see the world. And that's why it's a great mastery, and that's why it's great work. More to the point, does that make you really happy and healthy? Yes, it does both. Because mindfulness and presence is probably the most powerful fucking protocol, physical health protocol and happiness protocol of them all. And not only that, it's something you can access for free and 24/7, because every second of every day is an opportunity to be mindful. So when I'm eating, I can be mindful. When I'm talking to you, I can be mindful-ish. I'm using the ego verbs and words. I mean, when I'm listening to somebody in conversation with your friends and family and strangers, you can look at them and really fucking be present to the moment. When you're standing up, because you don't levitate. Or you levitate. If you do levitate, cool. Because you don't levitate, there's always a part of your body touching the ground. So you can go and feel the ground on your feet. Or when you're sitting down, you can feel your bum on the thing. You're not levitating, so you can be conscious of your body. There's so many things we can do with mindfulness. We can access the 5 senses. The smell might be a bit hard. Doesn't always come up. But the sight is always there if the eyes are open. And with sight, you can be present to something that's right in front of you. It doesn't have to be like constant bombardment of the senses into the eyesight. You can just be present with sight to something. It's really hard, by the way, because your mind wants to wander, but you get better with practice. And I could talk forever about this subject. I don't want to bore you too much and trying to just get out without the information. But yes, you can be present with any sense organ, and then of course the feeling touch is accessed by what am I touching in terms of, well, now I'm touching my hands and together and my feet are on the ground, so how does that feel on my body? There's so many things you can do with it, and I wanted to say that it's really important that we practice it. I hope that you guys, I'm going to be posting a lot on my Facebook and make a lot of YouTube videos now, because I didn't get about saying this before I knew about meditation and conscious presence. I dabbled with it before, but I'd never truly committed. Now, all of a sudden, since I come back from Vipassana, and during Vipassana, I'm at a stage in my life where I know I'm 100% ready and committed to engaging in present moment awareness and mindfulness, beginning the practice. And because what I realized in Vipassana is it's fixing my brain, it's fixing my damage and trauma. Your traumas, all of our traumas and all of our problems and issues that we're still going through as light workers. We've come a long way and we still got to develop. And not even that, all the bad stuff, but also the highest vibration lies in the present moment and mindfulness. When you become more present to the moment, you practice it in spades during the day, you access your highest level of consciousness, who the fuck you really are in this reality. It will give you creativity, it will give you the truth, it will give you everything you wanted, and it will unfix the trauma and the damages. Because the trauma and the damage that happened to you at whatever point in your life only happened because you were knocked outside of the present moment. You forgot to trust. You didn't forget. It wasn't your fault. You were knocked out of the present moment. That's my opinion here. I think I've heard many people say this. Like, these things, bad things happen to us in our life, and the matrix can only take hold of you. And it only has taken hold of everyone around us and us because we were knocked out of the present moment. They don't want to encourage you to be present in the moment, to be mindful. And it's not about tomorrow, I'm going to fix myself and I'm going to be present 24/7 like Eckhart Tolle by accident, or even unconsciously. It's about instilling habits of a little bit more of conscious awareness a day. And then here's the good news. It's like a muscle. Anything you practice is like a muscle, right? And then with more mindfulness, it will grow and grow, so that if you practice a little bit every day, that muscle gets stronger. So the next day you practice a bit of mindfulness, whichever variety you do, whichever sense organ, feeling, touch, where your body's at, where your sight, your hearing, your food, when you're brushing your teeth, washing your face. What does it feel like in the shower when your water's on your face? What does it feel like when, another good one, when you're having sex with your partner, even ejaculatory sex, whatever, like, consciously touch and do stuff with consciously. It grows and grows as a muscle, and that's why I'm excited for it, because I'm committed. Since Vipassana, I've been doing it every single day, and I'm growing a muscle here that's healing me and making me my highest vibration, and that's what I'm going to focus on now in my physical health. But it's not really physical health, it's a physical, spiritual, emotional health, present moment awareness, and it's just the truth of who we are. And it's one thing I don't have to worry about. There's plenty of things we can do for our physical health and our geekiness, and great. I'm a geek, so I love all that stuff, like had the biohacks. But really, the one true biohack to living a blissful, happy, truthful, awesome life is just mindfulness, which sounds easy, but it's a practice, and it's an art of non-doing, art of like being present to the moment. How cool is that? My ego is like, I'll be honest with you guys and share. My ego's like, I really want to be fucking that guy this to the moment. Just okay to use your ego to get started, but by the time I use that stuff to get to a point where I'm so present to the moment, I'm not trying anymore, I'm just being. So you use your ego, like I do. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to be that guy that everyone knows. It's like, when people look at me, they go, he's really present to the moment when I'm talking to him. I want to be that guy, and that's okay. And it may seem fake at first, but then it becomes you. And then you become that. And then you realize there's such high levels of consciousness because you're just present a lot of the time through practice. And then it becomes easy. You realize that it's not about, like, wanting to be that guy. It's just fun. It's a happy place to be, because nothing can hurt you in the mindfulness and present. Nothing is going to attack you. You are at peace with yourself. It's truly the definition of loving yourself. It's like the Buddha enlightenment. You get to a point with it that nothing can affect you. You're just that person that is, no vicissitudes of life can come attack you, because you've built up a muscle of presence, of awareness. By the way, guys, another one that I've been doing, it all came to me in Vipassana, the idea of it, just literally the idea of presence and mindfulness. And what it did when I was practicing in Vipassana was it was improving my concentration, and that's really cool. And I was doing conscious yoga. I was doing yoga anyway there. I thought, what happens if I never, this is kind of crazy, never in my life conscious yoga. I never really felt my muscles consciously, felt my feet and hands on the ground, on a bum, wasn't doing the poses. I never felt that shit. But I did it during the Vipassana, and it made a massive upgrade. I knew it would. It made a massive upgrade in my elevation of mood and state and presence, and it really rebalanced my brain hemispheres, and I felt great. So another hack, there's so many ways of attacking mindfulness, but if you're going to do some exercise, do exercise consciously, and that's what Qigong is, by the way. It's conscious exercise, and Tai Chi is conscious exercise. Well, a lot of people do yoga, but I've got funny people, most people don't do yoga consciously. Yoga's a really powerful exercise. I know because I do it. I've done it for the longest time by itself. It's very powerful when I'm unconscious to it. Sometimes yoga, especially when you're going really into your pain points, pushing to your edge, it will naturally put you into the present moment. But you can even be present during the beginning stages of yoga by being conscious, like, where's my hands and feet, how my muscles feeling. I found great benefits to that. So I'm really going to attack from now to the rest of my life, which is why I make videos like this. It's not even to hold myself accountable. I know what I know, and I know also that I don't want to do too many things now, because there's a lot of little things, experiments I could do, but I don't want to put my focus on too many other cool things, that like plasma gans, colloidal silver. I'm putting them on the back burner for a second, and I'm going to really focus and build up the muscle of mindfulness, because I'm experiencing just good things. What a surprise. I feel much happier in my body. I'm having moments of clarity, of real, I've never felt this good inside my body, and to the point where I'm just it's way more powerful than all the medicine I take, and even my HG urine. I love a lot of things, but I'm just finding that I'm honestly finding mindfulness and present moment, and I'm not practicing too much. Every now and again I remember it's just really powerful. And then you can take it a little bit further. You can, like, I'll practice when I'm sitting down watching TV or whatever. I'll just focus on my bum on the bed, and then I'll try and concentrate. Your mind's gonna wander, right? Because that's what it does. And then you just concentrate and think, my bum is on the bed, I'm going to try and keep it there in my thoughts. How does it feel? Here's the question. How does it feel for my feet to be touching the ground right now? Feel how your feet feel touching the ground. Feel when you're sitting down how your bum feels touching. And then, when your mind wanders, which it always does, go, but I'm really sitting down here. Why am my mind wanders? I go back to the bed. I go back to the bed. I go back to my feet on the ground. And I try and maintain a concentration and improve on it. And your concentration will naturally improve. When your concentration improves, you will become really fucking happy. Yeah, it's just natural consequence. We live, talking to myself here, because I'm criticizing myself, not even you guys, because I've forgotten and ignored my body for this entire time. Literally, I'm 32 years old. 32 years of my life, I've ignored my entire body. The fact I live in a body. In a way, even though I did physical health protocols, I've ignored the fact of what it feels like to be in my body. I've ignored that shit. So now no longer, and I get gaps when it feels really good. I really enjoy it now. Like, it feels good when I can feel my bum and my feet on the ground. When I'm doing yoga and I feel my hands, and I'm doing upward dog or whatever, and downward dog, and I feel my hands and feet on the ground. It feels good. And that encourages me to do it even more. It's like a muscle that makes you feel good. It's got instant reward, mindfulness. Whichever mindfulness practice you do, it's got instant reward, which makes you feel good, and then you like the feeling of feeling good, so that encourages you to practice it more and more and more. And then it gets to a point where you get to the basic stuff and you go to subtler realms. What I mean by that is, you'll get so strong with mindfulness that maybe it might not be enough now. It might be easy for you naturally, subconsciously, to think of your bum when you're sitting down, your bum on the bed or the chair. So now you'll want your whole body. You start feeling your whole body. You start feeling the clothes on you start going deeper and feeling the whole body, not just a part of your body. You can take this to unparalleled levels, but it would bring joy. One of them I really want to practice and excited about is when I'm in conversation with friends, whether that be new friends, well, old friends first. I think new friends is hard, but with friends that you know, like being present to the moment and really listening to what they're saying and just being present with them. I've had peak experiences with that by accident before. I'm sure you guys, maybe some of you guys are good at this. You've had peak experiences too, when you've really listened to somebody like your friend, but you just saw them like a fresh baby. Now that's exciting to me. I want to be that person that wants to practice that. So when I'm listening to people, because we all fucking know, right? When we are friends, look, this is the truth of social dynamics. You want the truth of social dynamics? I'll hit you with the truth of social dynamics. The truth of social dynamics is, when you're in conversation face to face with someone and on the phone, when that person is talking, all you're doing in your mind is thinking, what are you going to say? You're waiting for them to stop so that you can fucking say what you want to say. That's a fact. And that can crush a lot of people that are depressed and don't understand the truth about life. But that is true for 99%, including me. Look, what do? When someone's talking, we have conversations with friends because we want to say what we want to say. And so when they're talking, you're kind of listening, but then you're kind of in your mind going, I've gone to this, I'm going to say this to what they said. And then you just wait, and you're like, as soon as they stop, you're like, you say what you want to say. So are you really fucking listening? Probably not. And we're the worst. That's human nature when we don't practice and develop the skill of mindfulness. I don't want that. I don't want that shit anymore. I don't want normal boring interactions where I'm not present to the moment with people and just being my best self. I don't want that shit. So this is my call out to hold myself accountable. It doesn't mean tomorrow I'm going to get good or anything. I've just put the seed in. I'm just putting the seed in and showing my knowledge. I'm putting the seed in for myself because that's what I want. That's how I started the journey. I put the seed in, manifest it, and I know that that's what I want. So then I figure out ways to work at it. It's pretty easy. With old friends, you can practice. With friends, no, you can practice. It's going to be harder, I guess, with new people. Because with new people, we always feel a little bit like we don't know them. We have to work them out. We have to use our brains and can't be present to the moment. So that'd be a next challenge. Once you're good with your friends, the people you know, doing present to the moment work and being present with them. Next challenge is with people you don't know. See, there's an endless pool of just awareness and presence, and there's so much to tap into. I know you guys know way more on the powers of being present to the moment for your creativity, your best version of yourself, for the truth, the answers. How to deal with any problems in life, how to become your highest, to make the right decisions. It's all these things are controlled by physical health protocols, which are great, emotional health protocols, but the ultimate really is just the present moment, because that's all there is. The quantum field, infinite consciousness, whatever you want to talk it, you tap into that and you have all the answers. You don't have to worry about it. You can heal yourself and be pure and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't want to talk too long again, and thank you very much, Hassan, Sean, Amanda, for watching. You still there? And Hassan, yeah, Daniel, nice. Conscious yoga, Sean, is just when I'm very aware of every part of my body, or it's not even every part of my body, some parts of my body. So like I'm doing forward, downward dog, my hands and my feet, I would feel them on the ground as long as possible. My mind will wobble and I'll go back. If I'm doing shoulder stand, I'll feel my head at the back of I'll feel my head on the floor and my neck and nape being cut up, and little bits like that. And it was really powerful, I found, to do conscious yoga. And also another thing with conscious yoga is in between I do I'm now adding in corpse pose, which I knew about from the book I read. That's really good. Just corpse pose, acting like you're dead, and you consciously feel your whole body in corpse pose. Your whole body's exposed to the floor. You consciously touch your whole body, check it in with the floor. Because we do yoga, most of us, it's such an unconscious, well, speaking for myself, it's such an unconscious way. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of being unconscious and not getting maximal benefits for the time I invest into yoga, which is a great therapy, and I always feel wonderful doing it unconsciously. I always have done, but now I've just had enough. I'm going to step up my game and do it consciously. So yeah, that's it. Yo, and Lisa. Alright, peace. Let's be mindful in the day and try and make it a habit and have some little experiences of a little, mindfulness is one of those things that you have access to 24/7. How many protocols of physical, emotional, spiritual health can you say you have access to 24/7? That is your true nature. You can always tap into the present moment. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're angry, you can be mindful with that. Any emotion you can be mindful with. Where's my body at? What am I touching the ground right now? What am I seeing? Am I present with what I'm seeing? Am I being present with what I'm hearing? Am I really hearing it? Or am I waiting for something dangerous or beautiful to come into my ears before I hear it? Like most people, the sight is like, your sight is like, am I waiting for something new to come into my sight before I really see it? Yeah, that's what most people do, including me. Should we be like that? No, we should be like, it's fresh because it's fucking amazing. It's like we're seeing it for the first time. Alright, peace. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my posts, for my many posts. I'm going to be quoting John Kabat-Zinn, Vipassana, and a lot of stuff to do with it, and hopefully you guys will notice the shift in my consciousness, because I'm going to work hard now on my main focus of mindfulness and being more present to the moment, because that I found is a guaranteed quick way, my biohacker's talking there, of healing myself, becoming the highest vibration and returning myself. I also feel quickly, before I go, people that have damaged their self-esteem severely, I think we all have, but I've done it severely, what happens is you damage your self-esteem, in my opinion, because you feel like you can't trust the present moment, and you live in the past, so your self-esteem gets knocked, and you now can't trust you knock yourself way more than normal person out of the present moment and into the past. So therefore, how to fix self-esteem issues and depression, how to fix self-esteem issues and depression is the present moment. Also, on a side note, if you have low self-esteem, or really low self-esteem, you'll have the motivation to work harder to become more present than a normal person who's just kind of okay self-esteem, but doesn't really want presence. He knows about it, but he doesn't want to be present to the moment all the time. You see, this is what damage does. Damage of like being knocked into the past so much, traumatized as a kid, being traumatic, it motivates you to go higher than people that don't have the motivation. Therefore, people with low self-esteem, like me, I've got more motivation than most people out there to do it. And that's my blessing, and I am grateful. Alright, peace.